Hey guys, just want to make this video as the Lord kind of put this on my heart and something I've kind of been thinking about, as I've been kind of helping people, walk with the Lord and walk in freedom. So, in terms of the Christian walk and in terms of walking in freedom and in terms of just, walking with the Lord, one of the things that, our human mind, our fallen human mind tends to analyze. And this is something that, I didn't really get until earlier this year when the Lord kind of revealed it to me and gave me a revelation of hey, you're analyzing yourself. Because when you analyze yourself, then he can't work in you, because if you're continuously analyzing it, you're worrying about it, and then you're doubting, and then he can't. It's very hard for the Lord, and he can't work in that area of your life. If you're analyzing, and so it's all a matter of faith. You have to believe what God says about you, and a lot of times people are trying to analyze their freedom. Let me put it that way. They're trying to analyze, am I free? Let's see what happens if, and they're not sure. So here's the thing. If you're having to analyze it, you're not sure you're free, you don't believe you're free. Woo, that's good. I just got that just now. So it's all about faith, so, that's the thing. Our minds like to go into analysis and because our minds like to see things, and feel things, that's how our minds roll, right? And so, it's very interesting, that, and, it's also why, when I don't know if I've talked about it much on this channel, but that's why the flesh likes formulas, because it likes to feel like it's doing something. It likes to see the progress. Now, like I said, the problem is when the formulas become the emphasis, that is the issue. There's nothing wrong with those particular things. It's just that when they become the emphasis, which a lot of times they do, again, because of how the fallen flesh works, then, yeah, there is, that's the issue. But, we get into a tendency to analyze ourselves. And so you just have to believe what God says about you, that you're already free, God has already freed you, You're already dead to your old self. You don't have to constantly analyze for that and try to figure that out, You just have to believe that it is, because it already has happened if you're born again, your old self is already dead. And so that was something the Lord revealed to me several months back, was that, I was constantly analyzing myself of, just walking around, walking by sight, essentially. Because when you walk by sight and analyze things, you're not walking by faith. And then the Lord can't work in that area of your life. And so when he kind of revealed that to me, that I was analyzing myself, I was able to get into a much deeper place with the Lord, into a much deeper place of freedom. I became a lot less selfish, because the day I got that revelation, I had, gotten very frustrated about just other things, and, about how selfish I was. And then that's when, the Lord told me to stop analyzing how you're dead or how dead you are. And you have to start believing that you are completely there, It's, you have to believe it, You don't have to find proof of it, It's already all done. And that's what our minds try to do. And so, it's, and that's the thing. Once I got that and I was able to stop analyzing myself, I was able to, then you begin to actually walk by faith. And then that faith finally allows that grace to come in and empower you. And that's what literally empowers you to change. It's God's grace that empowers you to change. It's not finding some other way to do it, because our minds think we can find some way to get God to change us, or that we can work towards God to have him change us. If we had to work for it, it's not a gift. Grace is a gift, right? And if we had to do something for it, then it's not a gift anymore. And so what I'm saying in this whole thing is just believe, just believe what God says about you, over trying to analyze it and find out if it's true, because our minds, like I said, they like to find out if something's true. Let's see if it's true, because our mind's going to doubt. Our minds want to see like proof of it, versus we have to just believe it in faith, that we are dead, and just, declare the truth, And, whenever you want to start analyzing yourself, you just got to start praising the Lord and declaring that truth over yourself, that you're already dead to yourself. You're already dead to sin, right? If you're like struggling with something, or you get a temptation or something, right? You have to just get into that position of war. And let me tell you, that's the way out of temptation, is really, worship and just declaring that truth over yourself. That's what Jesus did in the wilderness, because temptation is an identity issue. And when you begin to declare that truth over yourself and you actually believe what you're saying, it will begin to get to stir that doubt out of you, and that temptation out of you, because you'll begin to believe what God says about you, and those things won't have a hold on you anymore. But if you're constantly analyzing and then that temptation comes up, you're like, oh no, I'm being tempted, right? Or something, right? An example like that. You'll be stuck in that loop, of trying to get yourself out of it, as opposed to, instead of analyzing, if you already believe it, when the temptation comes, you already know what to do, which is just to know that truth and declare that truth over yourself, and to begin to worship the Lord, and, begin to thank him that, he's freed you and that you are free. You're not being freed. You have been freed. It's just you renewing your mind into that freedom, because you can be free and not know it, Truth makes you free. If you don't know truth, you can't be free. Truth being Jesus, and truth as well, right? You can not know you're free and be free. And I think that's where a lot of Christians are, They don't know that they're free, and I think they have to strive for it, But people don't believe it. But that's just my little thing on. Like I said, this channel and stuff is casual, so it kind of went a little bit of everywhere. But that's my little 2 cents on analysis and doubt and temptation. So I hope this gave some of you all some insight. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.